Since 1968, Mackey Motors has been the place to find new and certified used vehicles. Along with a knowledgeable and helpful sales staff, you, the customer, are their number one priority. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City. Head coach Katie Kock with the Carroll Tigers joining us here tonight on the Mackey Motors postgame show. Tigers falling here to Lewis Central in the opening round of the Class 4A playoffs, 49-27. And Katie, heck of an effort from the girls here tonight. Second quarter kind of got away from them a little bit. 18-1 run by Lewis Central there right before half, kind of making this one a tough one. Your girls kept fighting back though, had it down to 9, had it back to 10 in the fourth quarter. Just couldn't find enough answers here tonight.
Right, and we dug for them, so
yep.
We just came up short. As we did all year against any team that did a sagging kind of man or sagging kind of zone against us, we just struggled. If we can't get it inside to Addie and Josie at times, we find it tough to score.
In that second quarter, both of those picking up foul troubles. We were talking about that right before we came on the air. You know, when you lose your two post players in the first quarter, because both of them have two fouls, that doesn't make things easy.
No, and you know, touchy fouls too, like questionable, but that's regardless, it's tough. They sat basically the majority of the first half. We struggled without them in there, you know, and we were talking, like you said, if I could do it over, I'd probably just leave them in, let them foul out in the third, see what happens then. I don't know.
Coach, you and I were chatting before the game. You talked about Lucy Scott being their leading scorer. She finishes with 13, so pretty much right at about her average, a couple of points above that. But I thought she had to work really hard for that tonight. I thought you guys did a pretty nice job defensively against her.
Yeah, I was proud of our defensive effort. Most of the time, I'd say barring that second quarter, we were able to kind of stick to the game plan for the most part. But yeah, like you said, things just fell apart a little bit in that second quarter, and we couldn't make up that ground.
You outscore them 13-8 in the third. What went right for you in the third quarter? That's good. It's a nice answer to that end of the second quarter.
Well, for sure. I mean, we knew we had to throw some pressure on to try and get back. We have Addie and Josie back in, which helps. You know, and we had some girls trying to get to the lane. We were trying to get them to drive and maybe draw a foul, score with the clock stopped. But at that point, we're just, you know, scrambling to scratch and claw and get back in the game.
Well, Coach, appreciate you coming up. I know it's never easy to talk after these season-ending games, so we appreciate you coming up. We'll talk to you again Saturday morning on the MC Country Cafe Coaching Show.
Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. Head Coach Katie Kock joining us. We've got Addie Klocke, who is, again, our Motor Inn player of the game, set to join us here, and she'll slide into the post-game area and get those headphones on as well. And then we'll have her grab the other microphone here as well. And Addie, appreciate you coming up and talking. Heck of an effort out of you and the girls here tonight. For you, this has got to be extra special. Last year, injured through a good portion of the season, so getting a chance to go out probably and play this whole season had to be kind of fun for you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, I taped and braced every game, so I was like, I'm not going to put myself through that again. So I was ready.
Talk about tonight for you. I had to battle some foul trouble early, but came out. I had you with 8 points and 5 rebounds, named a Motor Inn player of the game here tonight. What worked for you, even against a defense that was sagging in on you girls tonight?
Well, as you said, they did sag, and they like double teamed. So with our offense, I would be up on the top, and coach was like, if they're going to be that far off you, shoot it. So I was like, okay. So I shot it, and I tried to work it in a bunch, but they were just there, and I don't know, I just tried to do my post moves and stuff, and sometimes I think it went in once, but yeah, I wish I could do that differently, but yeah.
A couple of big threes for you tonight. I hadn't seen you shoot many of those this season.
Yeah, like Coach said, she's just like, shoot it, and we work on it in practice sometimes because it's like we're wide open, and I mean, you don't see a post shoot it all the time, but right. I think I'm like 4 for 5 now from this from the line, so I was like, okay, just keep on shooting it if I go in for the first time.
Talk about down on the defensive end. They were able to get some dribble penetration. It looked like you girls down at the bottom were rotating over, and then I kind of mentioned it throughout the game. It's like nobody was rotating over to take your girl, and the Brown girl tonight ended up with 17. A lot of them were pretty easy shots for her because that weak side help wasn't rotating the way it looked tonight.
Yeah, we saw it on the film, and we tried to focus on that, but I think we were getting a little tired tonight, and then we weren't like getting there fast enough, which I think killed us. So I think I don't know, we just had to work on that a little bit more. We had to stop it, but we couldn't
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate you coming up tonight. Great effort out of you and the girls. I know it's a long bus ride home, so want to let you get back on the bus and get headed home.
Thank you.
You bet. Again, head coach Andy Klocke joining us here tonight in the